Take this. Storm hammer.
Storm hammer.
Yeah, it's level 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's a warhammer. It does electrical damage.
Oh, you know, given it's a magic item, go to level 4, because if we're... Are we still level 1?
We're level 2.
Level 2.
No,
All
I'm
right.
just looking at things that are available
All right. Okay.
that I might want. And, you know, looking at specific magic items.
You putting together a wish list?
No, I gotta pick one.
Oh, nice.
Otherwise, Cookie will be sad. Because I won't have the magic item that he gave me.
It's true. Cookie will be sad. Cookie will send me a message and be like, Dag! Woe is me.
No one wants a sad Cookie. Yeah, it's a little +1 Warhammer that does some 1 extra lightning. Yep.
Doing with the lightning hammer?
Yeah, no, I'm looking. There's another thing in here that I'm looking at. Chronomic hammer.
No starting music. Oh, no. Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Daily Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, The Tyrant's Grasp, our first edition Pathfinder adventure that has been repurposed for 2nd edition for these lovely and amazing folks, my Patreons, who are here to play games, have some fun, and enjoy all of the chaos and mayhem that ensues. Say hello to the folks at home.
Hello,
everyone.
folks at home.
Hello, folks at home.
I saw Reese just sort of do this like little like sort of.
I'm trying to re-sign into Fantasy Grounds at the same time, so it was
Just juggle all the things simultaneously,
Yes.
Laura. Do you not know what I expect of you at this point in time?
yeah, but I don't care.
That's fair. But nonetheless, we are very, very happy to have everyone here and get ready to play games. Before we get started, we have some people to thank. That is, of course, our lovely sponsors who keep us looking as amazing as we do. We have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice behind us, with all of the tokens, all of the maps, all the dice rollings, done using this incredible VTT that connects all of my players together. So thank you to them. We have our amazing soundboard, which of course comes courtesy of Sirenscape, with a wide variety of different sound effects for us to use through the game. And lastly, we have HeroForge for the tokens that you can see on screen, including me. If you're asking why does Dag have a skeleton talking for him, well, that is entirely because one, I'm not feeling it at 100%, and two, my photosensitivity has acted up. For those of you who don't know, Dag suffers from a swinging bout of photosensitivity, where at some points in time, I can't look at light, so I need to be in a very dark room, trapped in a small lightless box, devoid of the light, in order to restore my brain. So that's what I'm doing. I'm currently in the darkish area. So there you go. Dag nabbit, yeah.
I feel that's where a dead person belongs, really.
That's true. That's
You're
true.
dead,
So,
apparently.
Yeah.
So.
Every time I just need to kind of like just reset my batteries, go bury myself for a little while, then come back. So you get Skilly Dag instead. So Skilly Dag is here to run the game and keep you guys company. Cool. So there's that. Now, before we kick off, of course, we have our players and their characters to introduce. Why? Because we are going to be doing a role-playing game. And a role-playing game involves a narrator, such as myself, to help our players through the story, but it is them who are the vehicles in which the story travels. All of these characters are the main focus of the adventure, so we should get to know a little bit about them. I'm going to throw the ball over now to my players to introduce themselves and the characters that they are playing, starting with our dear friend Matt from All Things Fantasy.
Good morning. I play Logris, who is a knight of Osram. So he's a knight of the local area that is set to defend his people and his companions. Unfortunately, he has a little bit of a bout of imposter syndrome. So he's quite fresh. He's quite a bit of a greenhorn. He looks up to the other members of the party's more experienced members, adventuring members, and he's trying to learn what he can to hopefully survive and thrive within this new state that the party finds themselves in. He's a sweet little boy, really. He's just a little bit nervous and shy for the most part. Unlike Reese.
He's not really loud, but Reese, he's just a dude. He's a dude. He's a farmer dude, and down on his luck. He tried hard, and life just got in the way. And now he's just kind of down on his luck and a little angry at the world. And then he woke up in the boneyard, and he wishes he could go back to his life that he thought was kind of terrible beforehand, but now it seems like it was all daisies and roses. But unfortunately, well, there's nobody left there, so there's no daisies or roses. Now he's sad.
Oh yeah,
No clever
hey,
lead in, sorry.
I was I was waiting for a clever segue. Hey, I'm Twiff. I'm playing Farron. Farron is a curmudgeonly old dwarf married to the lovely Thrana. We run the sword and board. He is a guardian, and well, our inn's probably destroyed now, so that really sucks.
Yes, I was going to say, we used to run the
We
sword and
used we
board.
used to run the sword and board. Everyone's dead now.
All of our neighbors gone. Well, as you know, I'm Threna. We're retired guards. We thought it'd be a bit of a lark to have, a pub and a tavern in, in the lovely town of Roslarskoffer that has now been mysteriously destroyed, and we find ourselves on a path to exit the boneyard in the company of our good companion, Ulfgren. Okay, I gave him a clever segue.
I mean, he's lit up.
I
but we
do
can't
not hear you.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucas is muted.
Like Discord's fine because you're lighting up.
Yeah, he's not muted, so.
It-
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
no, in
Zoom.
Zoom, you dork.
Zoom's the issue. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, yeah, even now, yeah.
Huh.
You want to come talk over here?
It's weird because Discord's picking you up because your little character's lighting up.
Yeah.
So your
maybe-
microphone is working.
Yeah. I know I don't need to tell you the walkthrough, but just make sure that you're.
It's probably check this.
Yeah,
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
would.
right, go ahead.
Hi. I'm on a different headset now. This is Callie's. And I'm Lucas, and I play Ulfgren. He is fun. I like him. He is a war priest of Saradray, and happy to be back in the field and adventuring. And now I'm gonna go try to fix my headset.
Yay! I would check your input, and then failing that, just unplug it, unplug it, and plug it back in, and see if that helps.
Yeah, that does tend to work so many things. Right, but you weren't over there, that's why. Oh,
Yeah.
You have the headset on? Didn't notice. Okay. And speaking of working on your computer, I had to fix mine last time and be on his mic, so see, it works. Calindria, I play Satori. She is definitely not a necromancer. She worked at the Sword and Board for these lovely people who sort of took her in after some badness went down with regarding her parents. And she, again, definitely not a necromancer. The friend, her bodyguard Yuri, is definitely not. He's definitely alive. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, everyone. And now, before we begin, we have one last person to thank, and that is our lovely audience members. Guys, thank you for being here, for sharing your time out of your weekend to come and play and have fun, as we love to do. It means so much to have you guys here, and as such, we will invite you to join us behind the DM screen to have a bit of fun and play around while we get into shenanigans. Now, there are a number of ways that you at home can interact with the game and have a bit of fun while we're playing. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used in any kind of way through the channel points reward system. We have things like insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine healing, divine intervention. So many cool things. And subscribers, you earn channel points a little quicker. For those of you who were part of the hype train earlier on today, a big thank you to everyone who subscribed and all the gift subs from Ire. You're freaking legend, you. All of those people, please enjoy the subs, because you will get a whole bunch of things. I don't know if we got into the hype train though, but yes, we definitely want to make sure to thank all those amazing new subscribers as well. We then have, for those of you who have some monetary donations, which you want to be able to use to help not only do some more tangible and awesome things in the game, but also help Dag with his Dag survival check for the month, which you can see down the bottom there is at 32%. Then here are the rewards for that. We have, for $5, a hero point or a jinx point. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from my deck of plot twists and use the twistiest of twisty plots in order to influence the game. Now, we still do have one plot twist in effect, which of course is our Deja Vu plot twist, which we got last week. So we will be adding another one if one comes up. But yeah, basically I draw from this deck of cards and then try to fit the plot twist in somehow. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I mean, I will try to do it, mind you. It'll happen either on that week or after I've had time to think about it the following week. But yeah, there's that. Oh, it was a level 2 hype train. Very well. I'll think about what to give them. I haven't thought of a thing yet. But I will think of something to give them for the hype train stuff. Ponder. Then of course the other $10 reward is a draw from the Harrow deck, where our heroes will receive a prophecy from the infamous fortune-telling Harrow. They can then use that Harrow card's prophecy at any point in time in order to circumvent a puzzle or a quest or something. They can just basically read out the effects of the Harrow. And that's just it. The Harrow comes true. The prophecy fulfilled. And carry on with their lives. So yeah, that's our Harrow deck draw. Then we have our $20 coveted natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to work. And hey, a nat 20 makes that shit work. We then have our $50 donation, which is a boss buff or a magic item. A boss buff increases the difficulty of a challenge by quite a great margin. Basically, it is a fight will have the boss get stronger or the terrain change to take advantage of the player's weaknesses. Perhaps the parameters of victory change, and now there is an extra layer of drama that needs to be dealt with before our heroes will emerge victorious. Whatever the case is, yeah, it's a thing. It's a boss buff. Then, of course, we have a magic item where you can provide a player of your choice a free magic item. This is one that doesn't count towards their overall wealth gain. It's just a nice little magic item that our heroes get to enjoy. So there you go. And lastly, we have our secret menu item. The secret menu item for today is actually going to be for Yuri, because we like Yuri. Yuri is the totally human, totally not undead companion of Satori. Now, thus far, Yuri has been shambling around and has been having a few difficulties here and there, mostly in the sense that we are currently testing, I guess, in a weird way, the new Necromancer class for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And part of that is that the companion undead happens to be a thrall. So thralls are basically they're minions that you throw away. They explode and they die, and then you don't see them again, and that's basically it. And that's a very sad thing for Yuri to have to deal with. So for the secret menu item, what we're going to do is we are going to give Yuri a number of hit points equal to Satori at all times. So basically, it's not like the Eidolon where it shares a hit point pool. Yuri will have their own hit point pool. Their maximum hit points will be whatever Satori's is. That also means if Satori loses hit points, it's not going to affect it. But if Satori loses max hit points, it will. So yeah, that's our secret menu item. Woo!
For the totally alive Yuri, yeah. Mm-hmm.
For the totally alive Yuri, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we just got a $10 donation from Schooly Eye to add another plot twist to the deck. So let me just do that real quick. And we got an $80 donation for TKR and Dag. TKR and Dag.
It's everyone that doesn't have one right now, and you.
Thank you so much for the massive donation. That has brought us up to 30% of our, 38% of our monthly total. So thank you very much, everyone. There we go. So everyone is getting a nat 20. Freaking love that. All right, go. All right, Schooly Eye. We have our random plot twist is Triumph. We have the Triumph card. in addition to the deja vu card. Interesting. All right. And then we also have the deja vu card, which I have over here as well. All right. Are we ready to start? Shall we play? You guys want to play a game?
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you.
All right. Then, without any further ado, let us begin. When last we left off, our heroes were in the Palace of Teeth, a tooth fairy palace that rests upon the edges of the Dead Road, a place that connects the realm of the dead with the realm of the living. Our heroes, a group of individuals from Roslar's Coffer, awoke here in the land of the dead, uncertain of what event transpired to bring them here in the first place. But after speaking with a pair of psychopomps named Umble and Thoot, they learned that their living bodies shouldn't have been brought with them to the land of the dead. So, in order to avoid getting into trouble from their boss, they would help our heroes by telling them how to get home. By traversing the dead roads, being careful not to turn back while traveling, our heroes will find 3 checkpoints. At each of these checkpoints, they need to acquire a stamp of approval. This will allow them to pass safely between the checkpoints and eventually reach the realm of the living once more. Our heroes have reached the first of their locations, being the Tooth Fairy Palace, but things were not going pretty well. Actually, the prince of the Tooth Fairies, a man by the name of Prince Uspid, was in the process of staging a coup d'etat against his mother. Our heroes managed to parlay a negotiation with Prince Uspid, but quickly learned that the prince was quite bloodthirsty, wanting to kill his mother and take over the kingdom. And so our heroes decided it would be best to dispatch Prince Uspid. After killing him and celebrating, they realized Prince Uspid did not have the stamp that they were looking for, so they decided to go and pay a visit to the Queen, who indeed had the stamp they were looking for, but had a request. She wished for peace with her offspring, and said that if they could convince Prince Uspid to relinquish his pursuit on the crown, they would be able to receive the stamp. This might be harder than it looks. As we return, our heroes are being bathed and clothed and preparing for a good night's rest from the Tooth Fairies, who have extended the full hospitality of the palace as they wait for Prince Uspid to walk from the realm of the dead, where he currently is, back to the palace. And it is here our adventure continues. All right. You are each kind of in a sitting area, a lounge of sorts. It would be very comfortable were it not for the rather grim and macabre nature of the palace itself. Teeth seem to surround you on all ends as the walls are made of them. The furnishings and the like likewise seem to be depicting that of tooth fairies, pulling free various molars and bicuspids from sleeping victims, including all the graphic and gory details that come about from having removed someone's tooth. A variety of small, very, 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 very sweet tea cakes have been laid out before you, and a teapot of very, 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 very sweet lemon myrtle tea has been placed before you as well. The scene is yours.
I'll reach forward and pour out some tea for myself, and I'll offer some pampa. Would you care for some of the tea? And I'll pour out a cup for him as well. I'll look around the room. Shall I be mother? Anyone else? For tea? No?
It's a tolerable offer. Yes.
All right, and I'll pass that around too. You know, I have to tell you all that had you come to me in the sword and board while I was rolling out pie crust and told me that I'd be in a palace made of teeth and I would have killed a matricidal tooth fairy who didn't really die, I'd have thought you were crazy. But here we are.
Reese kind of like lets out a nervous chuckle, and he's wiping, like every now and again he absently just wipes his left hand like on his trouser leg as if he's trying to wipe something off.
Sure.
And then
Mark?
yeah, and are there any like chairs or anything to sit down in here? Like if there's a chair that's of a size that a big dude can sit in, he'll sit in it.
Yep.
If not, he'll just sit cross-legged on the floor.
No, there's a chair.
Yeah, that kind of sigh. But he'll decline the tea because he doesn't like sugar in his tea.
Logos looks up from a pile of pieces of paper with quill and ink and says, "Well, there's always the possibility that we are, in fact, just mad. I hope that's the one."
You really think being crazy would be better?
Crazy or a complete death of the town? I mean,
Okay, fair. I get your point. All right, crazy or not, though, we've got a situation, a shared hallucination perhaps, but one that we must deal with together. And I really thought killing the little blighter was the way to go, but
He's just coming back.
I didn't know it was going to be impermanent.
Well, I guess that the rules rarely apply the same.
Well,
I guess the question is, how do we convince the little bugger not off him? I mean,
well,
it's clear we're not going to do it for him, and it's clear that we're able to take him.
it's also
That might
clear
be
now that it's not really like we think of it. Like she's just gonna come walking back up the road, right?
right.
Um,
Right.
Ugh, don't drink this tea. They've resorted to trying to rot them out instead of just pull them out.
How very
So,
observant.
do
Yes,
we
indeed.
know? Do we know what their list of grievances are?
To a
Is there like a
degree. I'm going to give you
okay?
guys a wisdom check to see how much of Prince Uspid's tirade you were paying attention to.
No.
Yeah, because all I really picked up out of it was he was like, I wanted to take over, so I took over. So
All right, wisdom check. So
Wisdom.
I just roll on wisdom.
how does a 2 work, Dag? Do I know everything?
No, you don't.
Oh, darn.
I got a 5, so I must know a little bit more than you do.
I got a
These rolls
5
are
as well.
amazing.
We know the same.
Ulfgren. Thankfully, one of you was paying attention, despite the tyrannical nature of what Prince Uspid was saying. You picked up one of the key elements to what his problem was, and that was the Queen's rule is steeped in tradition. Lots of restrictions, lots of rules that had to be abided by and had to be followed. Prince Uspid has a vision of the future. He believes that being stuck in the traditional ways has made things difficult, and he believes that if given an opportunity, he'd be able to basically lead the Tooth Fairies into a better life. He also feels like he hasn't really been given a chance to do anything and just been sat at the baby table while his mother takes care of the affairs, which does not sit idly by with him. Oh, sorry, which does not sit kindly with him.
All right.
Maybe.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay, I fixed it. Amazing.
Good job.
All right, cool.
So I guess then Ulfgren, if you're saying he feels stymied by not being listened to because he wants to upend tradition. Maybe we can try and convince him to make some advancements in the tradition, like take a traditional choice path, but expand a bit in the direction he wants to go. And maybe just like one thing at a time. Like, if you just go up and say, Mom, I want to change book and everything, and the answer is going to be no, right? But if you try one thing, maybe that gets your foot in the door. Maybe that's what we try and do. Take it one step at a time. Don't don't just try and take over everything. Get something so that you can go. And I think you worked on his mum pretty well. I think you might be inclined to give him something to do. I
I was
mean,
gonna
they
say,
just want more teeth, right? They want more teeth. Maybe we, get them to like open up a dentistry offices, and then people will come and just give them their teeth.
uh, uh, yeah, I'm just not sure that he would. I'm not sure that he would listen to us as the people who previously, let's say we had a disagreement, but
Well,
I was, we'll say, not paying attention while you guys spoke to the queen because obviously I was not here last week. But perhaps if she could have him in like a direct advisory role or something where he has some actual say, if she really wants to reconcile, that is, unless she's just bullshitting us.
I
Exactly. The
wonder
well,
if we
boy's
could send her a
bored.
note.
He just needs something to do that isn't sitting around and thinking about how bored he is.
And who can blame him? He's a young man coming into his own. I wonder, can we send her a note and see what she. Well, she just said she would think about it, so perhaps she's probably not come to any conclusions yet.
right.
And I mean, also, is his mother ever going to actually die? Like, is he ever actually going to be, I don't know,
Right?
king? Like, so,
Like, killing her would certainly not be enough. We'd almost have to take her with us.
Well, and we don't really know how this whole society works. I mean, you know, there's a queen. If you look kind of like a big bee, so maybe it works sort of like beehive, in which case kind of fuck.
Because
Reese
they're like
turns
old
to
drones.
Reese turns to look at Logris as he's still like absolutely wiping his hand, and he just goes, "Yeah, what do noble folk do with their, I don't know, spare sons normally in our world? Maybe we could suggest that to them."
Well,
Yeah,
in usually they send them off to be a squire and then become a knight. Usually, sometimes they're taken in by one of the temples, by one of the if they have calling. Um,
yeah, first for the title, second for the army, third for the church. Isn't that the way it usually goes?
not always.
Uh,
If I was to make a suggestion, um, I would if that the queen was going to just come back, what was his plan if we were to assassinate her?
We could ask him. Is that what you're suggesting?
I believe that we should be more diplomatic rather than um,
Oh, I'll
active.
sit in the back then.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to say sit in the back, Miss
No, no,
Bright.
no. I don't mean to suggest it. No, I'm not. I don't mean like that. It'll be fine. I just, killing his mother doesn't sit right with me, and it's hard for me to suppress. Even though now I understand it's not really dying, which makes it, I guess, not so bad, but
Right, but I guess so. Yeah, I think we need to understand what his plan was. Like, if he's just gonna come back if we had killed her, then how is he gonna deal with that? Did they
Well,
just,
then she'd be on the other side of the
he'd
walls, and
he'd
it's a
come
lot
back and
easier
then
then.
yeah, but if she's got followers and like I don't know, you know, it could just be like a big circle, revolving circle. You killing each other and coming back and killing the other and then come back, and that doesn't seem very sensible.
Okay, so we
But
just ask his
I think
mom to give him a job.
right,
So I
and we
just
need to
go,
see what kind of job she might be willing to give him. That's not like upending all of the tradition, but makes him feel like he's making some progress and doing something new. Or gives him space to grow.
yeah, like, chief innovation officer or something like that.
Hey, Jag,
Yes.
was there growing up? Did Logris or Satori encounter like a bully during their time at Rosa's Coffer?
Absolutely.
And would it be something along those lines of the bully gains power by having others support them and you know that sort of thing?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Hey, Satori, who is that guy that ran around with like that big pack of kids a couple of years ago?
Oh man, you want me to come up with a name on the spot?
Yes.
You don't need to, because it was the. What was that kid's name? Thomas?
Yeah.
Oh, him with the broken window?
Yeah.
Sure, it was Thomas, the half-orc child.
Yep.
You remember that
Poor Thomas.
Thomas where with the pack of kids he had surrounding him?
Yes. She's like, what does that have to do with this conversation? In her head, obviously.
And how
Why do
he'd always act up when he was surrounded by his group of friends.
Yeah, he was worse.
What would happen if we took away his friends?
Okay. What? That would highly depend on if they genuinely believe in what he's spewing.
You're right. But if we perhaps change the friend's perception of him,
I was thinking about that. I bet, I don't, what were those psychopompous creatures' names? They were Oot and Scooch or something like that. I bet they'd be delighted to see him return again and again and again, all in the same day.
I like their names are Oot and Scooch. I like that. That's Umble and Thoot. Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, that's it. Thank you very much, Satori dear. You know me, I'm not very good with the names.
That's yeah.
Grandma's gone
Oot
senile.
and Scooch.
What was that,
Look,
Doug?
I said Grandma's going senile.
Of course she is.
Logris, do you like us? this particular group of people you find yourself with, and she is watching him. She is. I see that look on your face. So yeah, she's watching you.
Careful how you go, dear.
He's looking around and he's like, well, if I was to be trapped in a physical body in the afterlife with a bunch of almost complete strangers, um, there are worse people at being trapped with.
Okay, I'll let that one go. Um,
Talk
so
about
it would
damning with
probably
faint praise.
probably be relatively easy for someone to walk up and say, hey, did you know that Satori over there murders small children? You would be more open to believing that, right? Because you don't know me terribly well.
I mean, if I was told someone was, slaughtering small children, that would of course change my perspective of that individual. You
And
don't
that's to
you
someone
don't
you
you
rarely
don't
know.
you don't go around slaughtering small children, though, do you,
I
Satori?
do not go around slaughtering small children. And
Okay.
then I mean, there are definitely some that do under the guise of being the good guy, but let's not get into morality at this particular juncture. Um, I guess what I'm saying is, do we know enough about them and him and here and this situation to convince anybody who knows him far better than you know us to believe us over him?
No, not at all. We have little to no information. That's why I'm worried.
But your parallel of young Thomas is very interesting because we don't have to really know anything about him to embarrass him.
I am slowly nodding. Of course, you cannot see that, but you can see
Uh,
that.
See, Satori, I see that. You know what I mean. They kids that run in packs like that, all it takes is the merest hint of a suggestion of weakness, and they're like, I don't know, like a pack of wolves upon it, scenting the blood in the not in the water. Wolves don't swim. You know what I mean.
I mean, is it enough to kill him and send him to the boneyard and he's got to do the walk of
No,
shame
'cause
back?
they all got killed too when they went to the boneyard and they're walking back with him, so they probably won't ride him too hard for that. Well, maybe they will. I don't think so. I guess we could take their measure when they get
I mean,
here.
I've got no idea how they feel about dying. Uh, I still think the trying to figure out what the sticking points are and maybe getting his mom to agree to give him something to do so that he doesn't just sit here coming up to overthrow her. Because I mean, he's got all this free time, and that's the only thing that he's got to do is figure out how to, you know, take power instead of, if she just gets a little, then maybe he may not go grabbing for all of it.
Might I inquire above the table? Are we talking like genuinely talking about like we had a conversation with him, and then obviously he was killed, and then we had a conversation with her, and now we're talking about having us like have we discussed put them in the same fucking room together, or is this all like let's talk to them separately
She
back and forth?
she has tasked us with persuading him to give up the rebellion, but as we were parting from her, we Karen and I talked about we told this big story about our son, and how he was rebellious, and we were trying to control him, but then we realized he was just a young man who was trying to grow into his own, and that we needed to allow him to do that. And she sort of seemed to respond positively to that, but she didn't make any pledges as to what she would do with that or beyond consider it. Um, but it's a chink in the armor, at
Okay.
least. but she wants us to talk to him and persuade him to give up his rebellion.
Gotcha.
So I don't know that she'll want to
I
hear
mean,
from.
just to throw like an oddball out there, we could just kill them both, and then they have to do the walk of shame back together, and maybe they could talk it out on the way.
And we could just take the stamp at the same time.
Oh, do you
I mean,
know?
does the stamp work if we stamp that ourselves?
It's a stamp, right? We saw it. Is it? Okay, we saw the stamp, right, Dag?
I don't remember if I showed it to you with the queen.
I believe we did see it, if I recall correctly, but I don't recall a description of it. Like, I assume, like, did it? I wouldn't know. I was gonna say, did it look magical, or is it just a, pachung?
I'm inclined to say that you hadn't seen it, because I'm fairly sure that if I had said that it was there or you'd seen it physically, I would have described it, because it's very unique and very cool looking.
Well, I'm not saying you didn't
I mean,
describe
I
it. I'm
didn't.
saying I didn't remember. There's a distinct difference.
You wouldn't remember because I did. The description's very poignant.
Oh no.
I
Okay.
didn't quite mean that we would just steal the stamp. I just meant by the time they got back here, maybe they'd have worked it out between themselves, and
Well,
you
that's
know.
where I thought you were going with it for certain.
Right.
Oh,
But it would be
absolutely.
nice if
I
we
was
could
just
duck
jumping on
out
the
while they were on
yes.
their way on their trek
I
home.
mean, I think even though they don't really die, I think they might not be taking kindly to us just killing them over and over again. And then we also have to deal with those big lion dog things too.
Oh, and they do look
I
particularly
mean,
vicious. I
if
don't
we
know that I
kill the
wanted.
queen and the prince, we might have to kill everyone in here. And then, I mean, yes,
Would
they'll all come back, but
would that make us in charge? How does it work
oh,
here?
do you want to be in charge of here?
No, no. Nope.
I mean,
Well, maybe we can we'll just like, I don't know, kidnap him, just knock him on the head, knock him out, and just
well,
carry
maybe
him
we
to the
can talk to
queen and sit him down and go, right, now talk.
Should we try and talk to him before we do that first? Like maybe it has plan B. I
Well,
mean,
I'm just,
we can have in our back
if
pocket when
talking
we're talking to him,
fails,
we're like, yeah, like if we're talking, we can be like, we can just kill you again and send you back and then keep doing that until you come to your senses.
I I was thinking about that, but I think we should keep that in our back pocket. Let's let Logris have a go of being rational.
Talking about Logos, you see him sitting off like on his chair, rubbing his temple.
And if Logris being all, chivalrous and reasonable, like, isn't persuasive, then we could like embarrass him or something. I don't know.
Maybe, Nan, my love, maybe it's as simple as giving him your cookie recipe,
I mean, couldn't hurt.
something to spread out, get themselves some more quiche.
Oh,
Make
you mean
something
like the
sweet.
sweet tea and these tea cakes?
Yes,
My cookies are not that sweet.
they're not that sweet. They can tweak the recipe. They can add some extra sugar. I mean, I know. I know I'm suggesting something a lot, but not your real recipe, but like a
I'm gonna
modification.
go look out the window. Is he here yet?
Father Ulfgren, you've been a little bit quiet. What do you think?
I think it's a bit worrisome how quickly this group wanted to jump to killing everyone.
I would concur.
Oh no, I didn't want to kill everyone, just the one who wanted to commit matricide.
Yes, and then it became killing her and him, so they would have to walk back together, which might piss off the rest of them, and then we would just have to kill everyone, which everybody
Yeah.
seems fairly comfortable with.
And it would
You're
be
also-
horrifying if it was actually a real death instead of just a long walk home. Don't
You're
get
also
all
assuming that if
moral.
we get them to work together, they're not going to be like, cool, now kill them because they hurt our feelings. I trust nobody.
And you shouldn't.
Death
Well,
is death.
except
Whether
for
it's
me, I
permanent or
feel like
not,
I
it's not a
kind of
pleasant
earned it.
experience. I don't think it should be taken so lightly just because they'll come back.
Mm.
We're not saying that's plan A or even plan B, but it's something that
Shouldn't
we
be a
have to
plan at all.
consider.
It
Well,
should be plan non-existent. That should be off the
Except
table
for,
until
all
inevitably.
right, well, he sent troops upon us to kill us and rip out all your teeth. Do you never defend yourself then?
Of course, you defend yourself, but you're plotting
Sorry,
the entire erasure
real
of
quick.
these people to get
Sorry.
a stamp.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
we're brainstorming, and that was an idea that got floated out.
Yeah. Sorry.
We just want to leave.
Dagger's trying to talk.
I am. Yep. Super quick on that one. Are you suggesting a what if he sent people after you, or are you saying that he did send people after you?
Who?
Prince
Who?
Uspis. Prince Uspid.
When we arrived, we were set upon by a
No.
bunch of vicious tooth fairies, is what I was saying.
No, you were not. To be clear, no one had sent anyone against you guys. You guys came in the middle of a coup. They didn't even know you exist. They don't know who you are. Your presence wasn't even acknowledged.
They attacked us. They
because
tried
you
to pull
went-
out
because-
teeth.
Because you walked into their house, uninvited, unannounced, in the middle of a war. That's not you
Is
being, to be clear, that's not you being set upon. Because being set upon is, see those people over there? Go kill them. No one issued any orders to kill you guys.
Yeah,
I do want to make that.
technically-
All right, we're
Yeah,
we're arguing semantics then. Yeah, my apologies for misusing set upon.
Yes, no, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure because it is very important, especially because we are in a. So just to kind of dial back a little bit, because what we're discussing here is an ethical conundrum. We love ethical conundrums because they all have various meanings. Now, one of the very, very key elements that I love about Pathfinder Second Edition is the fact that there is no longer a pivoting scale between good and evil. It is all about edicts and anathemas beyond the scope of right and wrong. Everyone can have their own morals. Everyone can have their own ethics when it comes to things, but it does not in any way, shape, or form pivot a cosmic scale one way or another. Wherever you end up when you guys die, it's usually associated with how loyal or how faithful you were to whichever deity you've decided to worship. In this particular case, it's less about the semantics of something and more just understanding and making sure that our characters understand exactly kind of the perspective. For example, if the phrase "imagined slight," for example, is a very, very poignant one here. An imagined slight is something that is, as Threna may interpret very much, I was set upon by these things, right? Doesn't necessarily make it true, but if Threna believes that that's what happened, then that's still perfectly fine. This isn't a correction, and I want to just make that clear. However,
Well, I walked in and we were attacked, so
exactly,
yes.
and that's perfectly, and it's perfectly fine for Threna to interpret. I was set upon by blah 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 blah. But I do want to make sure that above table we also understand that that's a story convention. So I wanted to make sure that we understood, yes, everyone went through the same experience, just to make sure that everyone understood this is how this happened and this is how this transpired, so that there isn't misinformation above table, but it's more of a Threna has taken that that attack as this guy instigated the attack. We didn't come in and attack; they came in and attacked us. Why should we show them a courtesy they're not showing us, right? Perfectly fine. This is where Threna's morals happen to be, right? Very eye for an eye, which is a very fighter a fighter code kind of thing. It's like, don't murder people if you're not willing to be murdered yourself. There's a general rule of thumb. You go into battle, you prepare not only to win the war, but you also prepare to die in it. That's the nature of how warriors are risen. Ulfrin is all about second chances. That is his morals and ethics. His morals and ethics are about giving people a chance to redeem themselves and giving them a chance to advocate for themselves into a better light, which, of course, it's hard because not many people, not many situations afford the opportunity for people to do that. Whereas now, in a very rare twist of circumstances, Prince Uspid is going to quote unquote return from the realm of the dead, and you have a chance to what's the word? You have a second chance to be able to set things to bring peace to this sort of area. So I think to kind of cut through everything A and B, Threna is right in regards to we can't trust this, and obviously Satori, you kind of feel the same way. We can't trust this guy because we don't know this guy.
Yep.
And Ulfgren, you're also right in the sense of, generally speaking, like plotting murder goes into the levels of conspiracy that Ulfgren may not necessarily be comfortable with, because it's not even looking at redemption, it's looking at execution. And even if it's different here in the realm of the living, it's a level of comfort with death that I think, if I'm not mistaken, Lucas, you're saying that Ulfgren doesn't ever want to be comfortable with death in that capacity.
Yeah, with plotting like that, yeah,
Sweet.
He's not comfortable with that.
Fantastic, cool. I did notice that we were going down a particular alleyway in terms of the back and forth
Yeah.
of morality, so I just wanted to get everything cleared up, put that above the thing, and to also make sure that, and I want to stress this enough, no one's being corrected, but I do want to make sure that everyone is understanding what transpired, and so that you guys all have your own understanding of your current situation. Now, I will also bear in mind, you guys have spent a little bit of time, the better part of half an hour now, coming up with backup plans, discussing all of this stuff, and I will give a big shout out to Matt, because Matt, you came up with an idea. No one has quote unquote countered your idea or really kind of said anything that might not work in regards to that. I love the fact that everyone is planning backup upon backup upon backup, but more than anything, you will not prepare for anything without information. And if you aren't going to seek out information, the best course of action here is to make a decision. What are you?
So we're not trapped in here. We're not like,
no,
you
not in
know,
the slightest.
guests.
You are currently
Yes,
honored
but
guests by the Queen.
Okay, so we can wander around. Right. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that. Okay. I thought we were just like, you can wait in here
being-
as
being-
honored
yeah.
guests, if you know what I mean.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
we shall make you
yes.
comfortable
Prisoners.
here.
Look, despite
fine, 'cause-
despite the Princess Bride language that tends to feature quite prominently in these sorts of things, you being quote unquote honored guests actually means honored guests, not yes, we're going to lock you in a cell and call it
I know, it's a nice
guest
cell.
quarters.
You know, it's like, yeah.
Yes, get them the nice cell. The refurbished one, yes. The newly refurbished cell.
You can go anywhere, but here, and here. In which case, then yes, in that case, if that's allowed, as this like kind of bickering starts to go on, I think Ulfgren, Reese, after Ulfgren actually says like, no, that shouldn't even be a plan, even though Reese was the one that suggested it, and it was kind of just a throwaway suggestion on Reese's behalf, to be fair, it was something to contribute. He just kind of like nods at Ulfgren, like a good on you kind of nod, and then just goes, I'm taking Doug for a walk.
Okay.
He just goes outside.
Okay, you go to take Doug for a walk. On your walk, you can obviously see much of the palace is more or less decored in the very, very same way. As you look around, very, very various symbols of like the Tooth Fairy kingdoms and their rise to power seem to be prominently displayed everywhere. When you get to the area with the stained glass windows, you notice lots of murals of the ancient ways of the Tooth Fairies. Now, the ancient Tooth Fairies were not tooth fairies at all, but they almost looked like angels with bony-like wings. If you would like to, you may make a religion check. Also, I would invite anyone who would like to go for this walk as well to potentially also spot the same thing and make a religion check as well.
Yeah,
We
if
will come
anybody
back
would
to
like,
we
if
will come
anybody
back to the room
interrupts, you
and the
can.
discussion in a moment as well. I'm just going to give some extra information first.
I'll take a
Yeah.
walk with Reese.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's why I announced it to the room, just to allow people to be
Yeah,
like,
I'm like,
"Okay,
Yeah, but
I need to get away from this teapot.
Yeah, and I would say I would not be able to make a religion check because I have 0 of it, but I think Satori would because she's annoyed by what's going on in the room, so she would want to clear her head as well.
Now, keeping in mind, even if you have a 0, you can still make rolls and checks, unless I say otherwise.
Okay.
So you can still make your religion check.
Reese just looks at it and he's just like,
Pretty.
interesting. Yeah, the way like somebody goes to an art museum that knows nothing about art. It's just like, that's a nice tree.
Surprisingly, I might actually be able to make something of these.
All right.
Go figure.
Okay, so as you look upon the images and the visages, you can actually see that long ago, the fairies, the tooth fairies that were here, were not tooth fairies at all. They were Grim Reapers, the original ones from the primal time of the first world, back when they were playing around with the idea of what death should be. Should death be this scary and terrifying visage that comes to claim souls, or should it be a friendly face that guides you? The Tooth Fairies were the original Fey Reapers, who would use their powers in order to reach out to children and adults alike in order to guide them to the Netherworld. But this was, of course, before Galarian was made, before the material world was comprised, and so they lost their wings, they lost their height and their stature, and went from being the infamous Bone Fairies, became instead the smaller, cuter Tooth Fairies. You can see what Prince Uspid is talking about. They have fallen so far from grace, so far from their original standing and their power, that of course, if you could blame anyone for being okay with the fact that you have had your power diminished, it would make you furious to know that you were giving this up.
Thranel will study the stained glass for a moment and share these insights with Reese and Satori. Do you see it?
The glass?
Now that you've pointed it out, I suppose it's like, when someone says that cloud looks like a dog, but you can't quite see it.
Right, until somebody draws it to your attention. So he's angry at their diminished role. I don't know how we can correct for that.
I don't know if
But it's
I
something worth
suppose we
pondering.
have to. Maybe it's just that. Maybe he just wants his mother to at least try.
Maybe.
Maybe she's not
wish-
happy with it either. We don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. But if she were unhappy with it, I think that she would have been making the kinds of changes that he seems to want to make. But it's interesting that for a young lad that's bucking against tradition, he wants to go back to a time that's even older, traditions that are even older, that have ceased to be. I find that a really curious point. He's not
Maybe
moving
he's just
forward, he's
wants-
moving backwards.
Maybe he just wants the glory, not necessarily the, things that go along with it.
The
Accoutrement?
accoutrement.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe he just
that's
wants
an
mom's
interesting.
fucking attention. Could just be.
Maybe she's
That's
just
true.
waiting for him to prove himself worthy of, you know, being at her side to glory or
I'm gonna look
whatever.
around and see if there are any like castle attendants floating around, like
Yeah, there's plenty.
minions of some sort.
Absolutely, there are plenty of people here who are floating around doing day-to-day tasks.
I mean, I'm gonna sort of try to catch one's eye and say, "Excuse me."
Yes.
Oh, hello. How are you today?
Not too bad. How are you?
Very well, I thank you. We're
Blessings upon your molars.
Why, I appreciate that so much. I don't believe my molars have ever been blessed
Well,
before.
now they have.
And you're amazing.
Ah, thank you. I mean, I'm just dusting, but
But that's a very important task.
Oh,
The Dust is a horrible bane upon a household, indeed.
It is.
I was hoping that perhaps you might be able to share a bit of information with me.
Oh, I mean, I can do what I can, but
Well, I mean, you move about and you see things and you hear things, and I mean, I don't want you to tell anything that you're uncomfortable telling. Of course, I
I'm
know
pretty
you serve
comfortable
the
with it.
household.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. We don't really
That's
have
good.
secrets, really. Apart
Well-
from what we do to the fucking plaque monsters.
Plaque monsters.
Yeah, they drill
Are
holes
they?
in teeth, motherfuckers.
No, that sounds dreadful. I would,
Yeah,
no,
fuck
that's
those guys.
yeah, definitely. So about the young prince, I was admiring these stained glass panels, and I was wondering, he seems to not like his mother's adherence to tradition, and yet he seems to want to circle back to a glorious past that was before either of their time. Do you have any insights on what exactly is his driving angle? What it is he really wants?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to say. You see, the prince, he believes, like with all the young people, that we should get out there in the world and rip the teeth from everyone that we come across, because those teeth belong to us. And that way we can always have a fresh supply of teeth. The queen, well, she believes we should wait for teeth to fall out naturally and then steal the teeth of children. See, people don't want teeth that have fallen out, so we just take them, and because they're so young, they have so much more power. So as you can imagine, stealing children's
not
teeth
know
is
that.
Yeah, well, that does. Children's teeth have way more power. We know that. So yes, the queen wants to steal the teeth after they've fallen out of the children. But the prince, he doesn't just want to, wait around and do that. He wants to take his pliers and his fairies, and he wants to steal the teeth of everyone. But as to why he does it, well, I mean, why do we do anything? Is it for power? Is it for glory? Is it for mother's affection? Well, only one person has that answer.
That's true. But these are good insights, and I appreciate your help.
Ah, you're very welcome.
I bid you good day.
Good day. La 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 la
So
la.
funny. La 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 la
La, la,
la.
la.
Reese kind of was going to walk dog, like if anywhere like a few of them are gathering and look like they're just like gossiping or talking, if you know what I mean, even if it's just as they gather, as they meet up, as they're doing chores to have a big crack chat, kind of thing.
Yep.
And then just like eavesdrop, unless they're talking in their own language, obviously, which
No,
avoids
they're
that,
talking
I guess. But Is anybody talking about like what happened with the prince, or is everybody acting as just like whatever? So like, what's the just the general vibe of the common folk? What are they talking about? You know?
They are bothered by the battle having taken for so long, that they have to clean up all the blood and the guts and stuff like that before everyone gets back. Um, and the smell of the plaque and stuff like that is going to bring about plaque monsters, which is going to suck. So they're just cleaning but it's more like a nuisance more than anything else. Like a kid throwing their juice box around the house. It's like, oh, okay, let's clean up all the blood and guts. The prince will be here shortly, and then more violence, and then more blood, and then more cleaning.
Okay, so it's not like the whole place was involved in this coup or even really cares about it too much, apart from the few that are involved, right? So it's not like a okay.
I'm curious about these black monsters.
Oh, hello, dear.
Hey, hey, Nan. I decided to come and join you for a walk, and I overheard a bit of that conversation. Now, do you guys, the black monsters, you don't like them?
Oh no,
Do they,
black monsters are bastards.
do they, do they descend upon you in certain times? Like, how does the relationship work?
Oh, they
Do you have
just
like a standing force to go and fight them? Do you have forays? Or is it just, oh,
we have a foyer.
oh, no, that's entirely different.
Oh, I see, I see.
I mean, you
Um,
don't want them in your foyer.
no, we don't want black monsters in the foyer. No, no, no. Um,
What, what's the prince's feeling on the black monsters?
oh, he hates them as much as any other, you know, good rainbow-blooded tooth fairy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And how do you guys normally deal with them?
Well, they show
Like,
up, they drill holes in teeth, and we smush them.
do you ever preemptively go after them?
No.
Has the prince ever suggested that?
Mm, no.
Hmm.
Mm.
Maybe this will turn to. I thank you for your information. I'll
Oh, you're
turn back
welcome.
to my companions. Maybe this is an angle that we can take. It's just something that a lad that's looking to show his worth and show his strength might be able to take some sort of expeditionary force to combat these plaque monsters. Keep the teeth safe. I mean, if he gets his way and they go and they just try and descend upon the land of the living and try and take everyone's teeth, that's going to go so poorly.
You
People are
know,
not going to be
this is
happy.
very interesting. A command
Yes,
position.
a command position. It's a position worthy of a prince.
I
Command
wonder if
of
we could sneak in to see the queen for just a quick 5 minutes to see what she would think about this, because I think that's a brilliant
I'm
idea.
in charge of dealing with your mortal enemy, protecting the teeth. Because, also, if you're going after the older teeth, you're going to get all that plaque and that rot and stuff. I mean, the kids' teeth, they fall out, get them, they grow new ones, and then there's less power in them. Maybe they don't take care of them. They're filled with plaque and rot and stuff. What's the point of taking them out? You're just pissing people off. Unless, of course, we get them to open up dentistry offices and then people come and pay them to take their teeth out.
Well, that's true too, but he wants all the teeth, not just the rotten ones.
Well, yes, but I mean, last time I went to the dentist, I think he tried to get some that were doing fine. but I think it's an angle that maybe we can, give a little, get little. It's a compromise. Not everyone's happy, but they're happier because they're not trying to kill her, and he's got something to do.
I'm gonna look at Reese and Satori. What do you think of this idea? Should we try and backtrack to where the queen is and see if she would spare us a minute or two and just
To
take
be
a
honest,
better...
I'm not entirely sure how I feel about trying to convince a Tooth Fairy Prince to take up arms against a bunch of black monsters.
I'm so sorry. That was so perfect.
Don't you
What?
think they're fighting against Tooth Decay?
They do make holes in teeth. We make holes in teeth. See, if I wanted to be really racy, I'd be like, that these lands used to belong to the black monsters.
No, really?
Then just start us down that road. No, I'm not gonna do that. I can see Matt's face. Matt's like, "Fuck, I want to hit something."
Yeah, but then Reese will just be like, but I mean, it's about as crazy an idea as anything else.
I mean, it gives him a fist to direct that energy,
That's worthwhile
right?
to them. He could be a general. General Bicuspid.
Aye.
Do you think we could see the queen? Should we try, or should we go back and see what Logris and Ulfgren might think about it?
I mean, let's propose it to the whole group and see if it's a. I mean,
Well, to answer your question, yes, I imagine we could speak to her, but yeah, we should probably go bring the other two in.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't usually do this. There needs to be a shout out to Cookie Mountain Steve right now. Kudos.
That's a good one.
All right, let's go back.
All right, you head back to the group and
propose-
inform them of your current plan, which I believe everyone is now aware of. Yes, the plan to convince him to take on the role of a military commander in the battle against the dreaded plaque monsters.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Logres, Ulfgren, and Logres and Ulfgren. I think you two are the ones who stayed behind. Yeah.
Logos
Yep.
was, yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right. So yeah, they propose this. You've been proposed to.
Who got down on one knee? And to whom?
Good question.
I'm flattered, Dag, but I'm already married. Sorry.
I
You have
don't
to
know.
find someone else.
I can have words with Jazz.
Yeah, I like to see that happen.
Jazz, look.
Thruple.
I know that
Thruple.
you two are very close, but Matt's mine now.
Oh, if she could hear.
Yeah, she probably.
I'm just waiting for her to like appear in chat.
I was gonna say she'd probably look at me and be like, "Ha! I'm free! I'm free!"
Damn.
I've been waiting forever for this.
Oh my god! Thank you. She like gives me a dowry for you. Anyway.
So just so I understand the plan, okay? You're gonna go up to the queen. who doesn't want to give any authority to her son, and then suggests to her that he should take on a military command of her military, to go and wipe out an entire race of creature.
Yes.
Well, we're not saying they should wipe them
And
out.
let
We're
me
just
tell you,
giving him
right?
something constructive.
Sorry, Reese, Mr. Reese.
I'm just saying that it would get him out of her hair. I think she might be actually slightly amenable to it.
It's redirecting that desire to have some power and to fight instead of
All right.
having who's, right?
You're wearing a suit of armor and you carry a sword and you're trying to tell me you never, ever, ever have violence that's justified. Is that what you're trying to do? Why do you have the armor and the sword? Can I ask you? What's the purpose for it?
It's to protect those who need the protection. I'm
Like
not
teeth?
saying it's what I'm saying is that the queen doesn't want to give him authority, but you want to give him authority over her entire military. I don't think she's going to want that. You're going to have something to sweeten the deal a little bit.
He's not
Well,
saying it's a bad
she
idea. He's
want
saying
him to
what's the
take the
backup?
throne.
What's the extra?
Well, yeah.
There has to be something
I,
extra.
well, come up with something extra. We came up with this part.
bit?
We can't think of everything.
Valid point.
I mean, she hasn't. I mean, we can talk to her again, but you know, I mean, she's a queen. She's stubborn as fuck. He's a prince. He's stubborn as fuck.
They
He doesn't want him to have all of the power, but I don't know that she's against him having any.
and they would be united in wanting to defeat the black monsters which keep attacking their palace. I mean, it's not as if they are, you know,
If I were to make a suggestion, I would say instead of giving him the entire military, maybe a specialized unit for
Yeah,
protecting
I
the
don't think we
palace.
said. Yeah, I don't know that we were suggesting giving him complete command over all of
just
the
a
military, but
command.
a command of the special anti-plague expeditionary force. Give him big toothbrushes or something. I don't know what they fight these things with.
That might be
Dinky.
a better option. If
Yeah,
he's given command over a unit, um, he's the way I see it, he's very charismatic. He has a lot of people who would like to follow him, and that might be better. It might be more suited to his skills to protect the palace against plague monsters.
that's what they said their mortal foe are.
They did indeed. They make holes in teeth.
Ulfgren, do you see any problems with that?
Whatever you guys decide is fine.
All right. And with that, our heroes make their way across the palace to go and speak with the queen. It is late in the night. The queen arrives. She seems to be a little disheveled, but she has made time for you. She seems to be wearing her bed cap, which has like this tiny little wax candle sort of hanging from the lip of it. She has her robes on, her massive thorax still sort of jutting out from underneath it, hiding very little. And she says, "What do you want? You have awoken me from my royal chambers in order to speak on matters of most import. Speak now." As she tosses like what looks to be a large chunk of meat to the crocodile dog thing that sits by her side.
Your Eminence, we've been trying to come up with an idea for when your son gets back to dissuade him, channel his ambition into something that benefits all of your peoples. Gives him something to do. If you remember our conversation before, we think part of the reason that maybe he's starting these coups is he's bored. He's got all this ambition. He's got all this desire to prove himself to you, and nothing to do for it. And we were wondering if perhaps we propose creation of a special military elite unit of the best of your tooth fairies to combat your dreaded black monsters that he would be in charge of, and his role would be managing the defense of this castle against your mortal enemy. It gives him something that a lad with ambition can find meaning in. It gives him something that proves his worth, and it also protects you from those that you fight against. And we didn't want to just propose this to him, of course, without running it by you. See if this is something that would be amenable to you as something that we could propose as a way to convince him to stop his current path of overthrowing and taking command of everything and taking a command of this that's still under you, still under your command, but gives him that role where he's seen as being in charge of something. Aaron will take a little awkward bow again.
All right. She listens to what you have to say. She nods along as you talk. Make a diplomacy check.
Right. Fantastic at those. Let's see. Right.
Oh, dearest, you did so good there.
Natural
Get out.
20 for a 19.
Natural 20. That's still good. Because that will fail. However, because you got a natural 20, that then upgrades from a fail to a success. She scratches her chin. She says, "Your words are tiresome. It is 3 a.m. and this is some bullshit. But I trust that when I gave you the task of completing this mission to end my son's coup, that is what you've been doing instead of sleeping for whatever reason. So, yes, whatever the things you said in the order in which you said them, we'll make that happen. And if that does not work, then you have failed, and I don't know, I'll feed you to my crocodile. Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night."
Thank you, Your Majesty.
She says, "I cannot leave until you leave, because no one shall see the royal posterior."
Oh, yes, of course. We'll leave.
Good. You turn around and you leave. All right. You have the authority to, well, as I say you have the authority, you know that this is now something that has been sanctioned by the Queen. All that awaits now is telling the prince.
He's a slow walker, isn't he?
He is getting here in the morning, was what you were told. So, yes.
All right. Let's go get some sleep, shall we?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'm so tempted to steal your long rest from you, but I'm not going to, because I'm a nice DM. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself. You're a nice DM, Dag. You're a nice DM. You're a nice DM. Don't make them suffer. All right. So,
No, you make them suffer emotional damage. You say that's much sweeter
that's true.
than
That's true.
physical damage.
That's very true. You are right, Laura. You know me so well.
I do like giving my players emotional damage.
Yeah, permanent scars here and there. All right. So, as you rest up for the rest of the night, your dreams are busy, to say the least. You don't recall what they are, but just home, Roslar's coffer, things that are familiar to your home, like your bed and breakfast, or perhaps the smell of the bakery in the morning. All of these things sort of waft over your mind as you slumber. In the morning, you are awoken to the sound of bells. Prince Usped approaches, you hear, as our heroes then gather their things in order to meet Prince Usped at the gate. As you arrive, Prince Usped is, of course, indeed at the gate. He looks pretty pissed. He says, "You motherfucking ass butt motherfucking cunt sucking pieces of shit! You fucking killed me in my own palace! I will tear your teeth out from your anuses with a pair of pliers so long that I will be able to use the tip of them to tickle the backside of whatever idiotic part of your brain decided it was a good idea to attack me."
I'm going to kneel at that moment and say, Your Majesty, my apologies. It was a mother's response to the idea of killing a mother, and it was wrong.
Make a let's see. How
Is there a humility check?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how sincere is Three
Wait.
actually being?
It's
in this moment?
You
it's
guys
actually
have
pretty
kids?
sincere.
You
Okay.
guys have kids?
We're grandparents. Were you
Okay.
not paying attention last week when I told the whole story about our son?
We even wrote.
Look.
Never mind. Never mind.
It's 2 a.m. Okay, give me a break.
Fair, fair, fair.
So,
We've been married for 100 years.
So I'm
We
gonna-
got it on a few times.
That's fair. All right. I'm gonna
Tori's
need you
gonna
guys
cover
to
her
make
ears
me
with that
a
one.
diplomacy check.
Diplomacy grand.
Yes.
I am
Was that
sincere,
Satori
though. Yeah,
covers
the
her ears at that?
She would.
Yeah, the DC is a
Come
little
on,
lower.
don't hurt me. I hope it's very low. Because I have a -1.
Okay.
This is why I don't do the diplomatic stuff usually.
I didn't say you failed. Calm down.
Okay.
He does not seem to have de-escalated. He still seems very angry, but he has paused enough, including his advances, for you to say something.
Reese elbows Logros. That's
Yeah.
you, lad.
And I'm just going to keep my head bowed.
My Lord Prince, once again, I'd like to apologize on behalf of members of the company. We have had a conversation with your mother, and we have come to. She has come with a form of settlement.
Traitors, usurpers, you fly the banners of negotiation, and then you treat with my mother. I should kill you.
I'm sorry,
now.
my Lord Prince, but I feel the best way to overcome this schism between you and your mother is for discussion rather than warfare. If you like to just hear her out, please, and then you can decide whether you like the decision or not.
So Satori has to hide her face because when he called us usurpers, even though he's trying to kill the queen, she probably would have made a face if she wasn't hiding it.
Good, I'm glad somebody did.
All right. He says you have 2 seconds.
She is willing to give you a command over a unit of your own choosing to deal with any attacks from plague monsters that have attacked your walls, and also permission to maybe hunt them down and find where their source is.
An elite position, my lord, full of glory and honor. So much shine will adhere to your reputation, the mortal foe of your people.
Make a diplomacy check.
Logris, right?
Yeah. You may roll to assist if you'd like.
Am I able to use a hero point, please, Dad?
Oh, absolutely. You may use a hero point.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's not as good. That's fine.
All right. He says, "And you think this will what? Placate me? Give me an impossible mission far away from the palace? My ambitions are not so small as to be as to be quelled so easily by such trivial offerings. A position and a title is nothing but hollow sentiment. What I seek is far more
Impossible.
grand."
Are you saying that you couldn't do it then?
Ooh. Make a... You know what? You don't need to make a check. That's a good one. He says, "I never said that. Do not put words in the Lord's in the prince's mouth."
That's
You
what it
said
sounded
it
like
was
to me. That's what I
impossible.
heard.
If it is impossible, that means nobody can do it. That means you can't do it. I'm sure you could, though. Your people have faith in you. I bet you could, if you tried really hard.
Looking flustered and gazing his appearance back at his troops, you can see that some of them seem to be like, "Yeah, if anyone could do it, Prince Uspid could do it. Yeah, Prince Uspid can do it. You'll do it, right, Prince Uspid? You'll help us, free us from the from the plaque monsters, right?" Prince Uspid turns and he says, "Very well. For the sake of my people, I will accept my mother's meager offer. And when I return after successfully destroying the plaque monsters, I expect her to relinquish her crown to me once and for all, once I have proven myself."
That will be a discussion for you and your mother, my Lord Prince. But I'm happy that you have accepted.
I was just speaking out loud. That wasn't a to you thing. I'm sorry. I know it seemed like it
I'm
because
sorry,
you're like the only ones within earshot. It's kind of weird, but no. I just
Okay.
Very well, men, women, children, whoever's with me. Onward. We shall find the home of the plaque monsters and destroy them once and for all. Hooray! The people begin to march, as they
He's
are.
gonna talk to his mother first, right? So okay.
Oh, she don't. He gone.
No, as long as he's gone, I think she's fine.
Report back. Yeah.
Well, she take our word for it that he's accepted.
Yeah, I mean that's the.
It's
Okay,
a palace. You don't think a million people are already telling her?
Also true.
Hey man, I just want the stamp.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Heading up to the palace throne room, you approach the queen. The queen is sitting there, looking a little haggard. She says, "My scouts have already told me that you have managed to convince the prince to leave on his crusade against the plaque monsters. Well done. With this, finally, my kingdom will know peace, at least for a time. This is, well, not entirely what I asked you to do, but you know what? This is a good B+. So, here is your stamp." As she pulls out what appears to be a human skull that has been ground down into what appears to be a stamp that is collected finger bones twisted into an ivory stamp. The sigil is that of a Pharasman seal with a bunch of different other very intricate artworks to it. As she pulls it out, there is a dark, ominous feeling that seems to emanate from every part of this thing. It fills you with a sense of dread as she then walks up to you and thrusts it directly into your head.
Oh.
Not through your head, but boof! She stabs you in the face. Boof! And again, boof! Come here, dwarf. Boof! You too. Boof! Looks at Yuri. Boof!
Okay, I was gonna ask.
That
And-
sense of dread is warring inside Reese with a sense of pride, and he's standing there going, I never got a B+ before.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
All right. Very well. You have gotten your stamp. Your seal is now approved. You may now leave. Return to the dead roads from whence you came. Whether you be seeking out the land of the dead or living matters not to me, but be warned, if you are seeking a return to the land of the living, then the other 2 way stations that lie in your path are far more dangerous, and their rulers far more cunning and treacherous than even I dare to deal with. I wish you luck, but only because I don't wish to see you again. Now be gone!
Thank you, Your
Well,
Majesty.
story is being gone.
take our leave.
All right.
Reese is like touching his face. Does it like feel as does it look? Does anybody have like a mark on their face? He's like peering at people's faces and touching his own like.
It appears for a brief moment before disappearing entirely. It's there in spirit. It's almost like your soul has been marked. Actually, on that note, I wonder if she would. Oh, she would. Okay, so she also says, before you go back to the land of the living, I would perhaps ask someone about that. And she says, gesturing at each of you, in the middle of your chest. You see nothing in the middle of your chest.
Oh, so yeah, Satori would look down at hers
What?
and then look at everyone else's.
Reese has got his top open and like his little he's like trying to stare down at his chest, but his beard gets in the way.
I know. Do I have some coins in my
All right. You don't
I mean,
see
I know I
anything at
haven't
all.
cleaned off my armor recently, but still, it's not nice.
What about
it can't hurt to
one
try.
of you? Can one of you not do that magic eye thing? There was a wizard passed through here once who could like, I don't know, his eyes glowed and said he could see magic or something.
Oh, that Zoltran fella. Is that the one you mean?
I don't remember his name, but I just wondered if one of our
Yeah, no,
magically
I'm sorry.
inclined people could. Oh, okay.
Magically.
I mean, don't look at me despite what that ghost said. I'm not a fucking wizard.
If I could, I would like for Satori to turn to Yuri and put a hand on her own chest and ask if he feels anything. Not her on his own chest, but she's.
Yuri shakes his head.
All right. Yeah, we have no idea. I'm sure it's perfectly fine and nothing terrible will happen.
The queen says, well, whatever it is no concern of mine. Perhaps you should ask the puzzle maker at the 9 Eves, or that scientist at Salazahara's. They are more familiar with shit like that.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
You are welcome. Now be gone!
With gratitude.
All right.
Heading straight for the door.
Yeah.
Very well. Now, number 1. I'm going to redeem the insight bonus that was given. You're not getting any information about this thing, and unfortunately, there is no pay-to-learn skill for that particular piece of information. So I'm going to refund the insight bonus for that. Sorry, Ire.
It didn't hurt to try.
It didn't absolutely, but I'm not revealing the stuff from like book 6 in book 1. So that's just not happening. Secondly, Triumph is our plot twist card for the day, and it might please you to know that I'm going to be using this in order to tell you that much later on, after our heroes leave, Prince Uspid does lead a successful campaign which does triumph over the Plaque creatures, and after their defeat, he proves his worth to his mother, at which point she does indeed allow him to take over the position of king. Now, at this time when this happened, and after seeing so much death and destruction, Prince Uspid has a new understanding, a new appreciation for the value of life. Without balance in the world, there is, of course, nothing but violence and chaos. So he doesn't pursue his ambition to go back to being a bone fairy. Instead, he respects the traditional ways and the like, and understands that there needs to be a newfound temperance for the young and the old. He instead instigates a new program in which the Plaque demons will attack humanity in order to try and weaken the teeth, and thus have even adults with teeth that fall out. So now not only children, but also adults' teeth fall out. Congratulations, you've brought Plaque to the world of Pathfinder.
That's fine. Somebody will invent
Wait, it
toothpaste
wasn't there
eventually.
already?
When was the last time your character brushed his teeth?
Oh, every
Uses a
morning it's part of my
stick.
morning
Yeah,
Yeah,
routine.
you take a cloth.
Yeah, you just get a
Oh,
cloth,
this just
spit in
choose
a
a
cloth,
stick.
just rub your
Yeah,
teeth
stick
with
and
it.
fray the edges.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sticking through there, yeah. Or salt. Yeah.
It's true, it's true.
Round up
It's a very
sports, it's a
expensive way to
dwarven
brush.
tradition.
It's a very expensive way to clean your teeth, is to like just
That's why he just uses a stick, generally.
just a stick, just it's like grab.
Tooth stick.
It's like yeah. So yes, now there's plaque in the world and gum disease and all that jazz. Okay. Many years from now.
Created gingivitis, so no.
I kind of feel like that was their special attack.
Okay. Now, you head about the dead roads. As you progress, you feel a sense of accomplishment. You are now one step closer to returning back to finding out what happened to Roslar's coffer. Some of you believe that the town had been destroyed, that your buildings and all of that may have been wiped out by some sort of catastrophic event. Perhaps, maybe just the souls of everyone perished simultaneously, poison gas or whatever. Whatever the thing is, our heroes are marching closer towards their answer. As you do so, you hear something trip and fall behind you.
No, no, no.
Yeah. Staring straight forward. He's just like, who's there?
I'm going to hold up my axe and just see if I can just see even a warped reflection of what's going on behind me.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, because the restriction was don't look back, not don't turn back.
Yep.
Very well.
If we
Very cleverly, all of you do remember the warning that you were given and ignore the falling down. Yuri quickly stands up and brushes himself off as he continues to walk on the path.
You bastard.
and to trick you,
What's that?
if he's trying to trick you, trying to steal your.
Be very tricky. All right. As you continue onwards, you eventually arrive at a very large and very big, opulent building. But it looks a bit peculiar. As the name implies, there are 9 eaves to this house, very, very large, that run up this spiraling, kind of like formed building. Though it appears square, all those squares eventually lead to a circle at the top of each of the eaves, where the roof peters out to what looks to be a flag with a very unique symbol upon it. As you approach, let me see if there's a better description of this than I just gave. Come here.
It's a heart and sunshine and rainbows, right? Not anything scary.
Totally.
He said unique, so
Yeah, it's a very
I don't
unique
know.
composition. Here we go. The 9 eaves. All right. Looming over the road like a wizened old man, this ancient manor of dark splintery wood rises 3 stories tall. Small windows and balconies jut from the manor's irregularly under each a sweeping eave of the building's sharply pitched roof. A wide doorway stands at the front of the manor, with a greenhouse of grimy glass against its side. The building exudes an air of gloom and age. Although, if you were to bother to count, you only count 8 separate eaves, not 9, despite the name.
There's a secret Eve somewhere.
Perhaps it's the name of the lady that lives here. We don't know. Hello? Eve?
There does not seem to be an answer from the door.
Is there a doorbell, knocker, or anything?
There is a door knocker. It seems to be set into what looks to be a psychopomp, the same that Umble is, the kind of beaked plague doctor mask as a crow, who seems to be there as a copper door knocker.
Now, which one is
Consent.
yeah, the puzzle person, or which one is
I
this?
believe this is the puzzle person. Hold on, 9 eaves. I've got notes.
This is the puzzle person, yes.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Yes, 9 eaves, passion for puzzles.
Yeah,
I have it
Kish
written in my
Kish.
notes.
Correct.
Kish Kish, fascinated by puzzles.
Yep,
Hmm.
that is them.
That's what my memory says.
Well, I mean, you know, door knocker's there to be knocked upon. I will.
Well, last large building we approached had a trap. Should we maybe make sure this one doesn't?
Well, I'm open to any recommendations.
I don't see anything. Do I see any traps?
Make a perception check.
All right, I will make a perception check.
Also, dear kind DM, could you apply the long rest that we had?
I don't know.
Was
Yeah, all right. There you go.
thanks.
That's a 22 for perception.
There seems to be a secret peephole just directly below the door knocker. Presently, it appears to be slid closed. And as you kind of, you're kind of there, it doesn't seem to have anything. You know, just looks.
Well, it might be, you know, something that someone can look at when someone knocks. I mean, we're here. We've announced ourselves. Might as well knock on the door.
Do you do so?
The knocker and use it for its intended purpose.
All right. You knock upon the door. Yeah. Immediately, the lights begin to glow in the eyes of the door knocker. It then looks to you with a old and watchful gaze as it says,
Does it look like that there's any way to remove the ring from its mouth?
yes, there is.
I
I
will
think I've seen this
remove the
movie
ring
too.
from its mouth.
As you take the ring out, he goes, oh, thank you. Welcome to the Nine Eves. You are welcome here if you are a lover of things, puzzles, and trickery and the like. Unfortunately, the master is not able to attend, but the Nine Eves will always delight those who come in search of puzzles and peculiarities. Simply knock twice on the door to begin your adventure. Solve the first puzzle and enter, friends. Okay, you can put the ring back now.
Ring back.
Ow. Okay.
Wait, the master's not here.
You're rougher.
Then who's going to give us
Bring
our
back.
stamp to continue on?
What's that?
I'll take the ring back out while he's asking the questions.
What's that?
The stamp for us to continue along on the deadweights.
You're here for those. Well, I mean, the master always has people solve the puzzles anyway, so once you solve all of them, then I suppose the master will just give you the stamp at some point when he arrives back home.
Do you know where he ended up? Where he is?
No, I do not. I am the front door, not the follow someone around and find out where they're going door. I mean, you don't tell your house
That'd
where
be an
you're
interesting
going.
door.
Right. Sorry. Would you like a tissue or something?
No, a lozenge. Lozenge would be good, but
I can imagine holding that bar in your mouth for however long could be quite trying.
yes, no, it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, are you ready for the first puzzle?
Yes.
Good. He
Can't
opens he opens his mouth again to take the ring. As you put it in, he then transforms back into a ordinary an ordinary
Door knocker?
door knocker. Thank you.
Knock twice is what he said.
He did indeed.
Damn. Knock twice. Ooh.
All right. As you knock twice, the peephole that you noticed before opens. And as it does so,
Uh-oh.
We all die.
you hear a voice
For real.
coming from within. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12.
13?
12. 12. 12.
11? 12.
12.
Okay, I don't know.
12. 12.
Dozen.
12. Sorry, God. It's on repeat. I'm going to keep repeating it, but I will pause so that you can be heard.
Yeah, I just said, well, Satori said 11 and 13, and so I threw out dozen.
He keeps going 12. 12.
Okay.
12. 12.
Noon.
Is the sound going to continuously go on?
Yes, it is continually looped.
Pretty much forever.
And it seems to
Alright,
it
gotcha.
seems to be coming out of the peephole.
Okay.
Are there like eyes or anything at the people? Or is it just darkness and this sound?
Do you look through?
I'm gonna sort of. I don't
No,
know.
don't do it!
As you do,
I'm not-
as you do so, a long finger comes out and jabs you in the eye. You take
13.
4 points of damage, and you suddenly hear 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13.
Oh my god.
Right, Logos is going to leave the front door and do a circle of the house.
There are no additional entrances to the house. Well, sorry, that's a lie. There is one, however, it does seem to be a very, very secured servant's entrance. So there's a big lock on it. It's just a kind of crummy wooden door. You kind of give it a bit of a rattle. Doesn't really seem to do anything. There's no puzzle there.
Let's stick my finger through the hole and see if I can poke that guy's eye.
So, fun fact, it's not actually a guy on the other side of the door. The peephole itself almost warps to make a finger that jabs you in the eye.
Okay.
It's like a magic hand kind of appearing and just specifically jabbing you in the eye.
All right, I need to ask, can I just push the door open?
Yes, the door swings open,
Okay.
and immediately you have access to the interior of the Nine Eves. And when we come back next week... Actually, no, sorry. Yes, no, we will be back next week. Okay. We will be back next week. Hashtag tentatively, because I have a stream directly before our game, which is going to be me over on a group of individuals who are celebrating their 5-year anniversary. And that is the lovely people over at the Story Engine Deck of Worlds team. So they're celebrating their 5-year anniversary. I will be going over there to have a bit of fun and do some stuff with them as well. I do have a link here to share with you guys. So save the channel, save the date, do all the things. Because yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. They're doing a big marathon to celebrate, and they've been so kind as to send me an actual copy of their new Deck of Worlds. I've been digging through it. It is so freaking good. I cannot stress enough how awesome this stuff is. There we go. Hiya, there it is. Posting in chat. Boom, there it is. The Deck of Worlds birthday party stream. So yeah, be sure to save the time, save the date. It is on May 16th at 5 p.m. ET.
I have that.
What's that?
Actually, I have that.
You have
The
that?
Deck of Many Worlds. Yes.
Yeah, it's great. I've got the I've got the storybook one. So yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of them as well. They're really cool, really fun. I really love the system.
Yeah.
Amazing people.
Yeah, no, it should be absolutely awesome. So check it out, do things, and come play around with some world deck building stuff. And then, like I said, we'll be back next week for some more adventures and stuff. Yeah, get to go and do puzzles. Did you guys like that little puzzle? Did you guys enjoy that one?
I should have anticipated it, but did not, and I was delighted by it.
Laura,
I heard that joke as a kid, and I totally forgot about it until you said it, and then I was just like, "Oh no!"
Ah, son of a bitch!
That.
Yeah. Do you look at it? No, wait.
Jab. Yeah, that's also the nature of the puzzles as well. Just so you guys know, there's no like super deadly puzzles or anything like that. They're just kind of like jibs and jabs from a person who's very playful in nature.
I like it.
Yeah, which is actually really sweet. Actually, I'm looking forward to introducing you guys to Kishko Kish, because I've always imagined him as a very like an old granddad who used to love like, you know, the hand puzzles and stuff. That's kind of how I treat him. So yeah. Now
So when we finally meet him, is he going to be like, "Pull my finger"?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, in essence, yeah. Also, Deja Vu, where we're gonna play that one here as well. So, Deja Vu, the Umble and Thoot, the Nasoy, the door knocker, all of that, and the information you guys get come about from the Deja Vu card, because there is actually no door knocker here and stuff. So I've added this in as a bit of an extra, giving you guys some information, because when this module was made, It was just you just walk in and start wandering about. But now I'm giving you someone you can go back to at any point in time, get clues and things like that, should you need them. Cool. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had fun. My name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week doing all the cool stuff. We'll be back in hopefully a few hours. I am, as I've mentioned to my players already, a little bit under the weather, so I'm hoping to endure and be fine for Gatewalkers tonight. I should be. At present, I'm saying yes. But obviously, I will let everyone know as time goes as to whether or not I'll be able to. But I'm hoping to. I really, really am hoping to. Now for the raiding of the things. Who should we raid? Who is doing stuff? Who is one of my Twitch fams who are doing stuff? The boss buff from Cookie Mod Steve is coming. Schoolia, can you put the boss buff from Cookie into the list? It will go to the next combat encounter, because I didn't want to use that one today because I knew there wasn't going to be any real fighting or stuff like that. But Cookie, thank you so much for your donation. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I've been a little bit under the weather, so like the chat's been escaping me a teeny bit. So
that's fine. I remember it.
Thank you.
Because I'm going to pay him back on Monday.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. All right, we are going to go and raid. You know what? Let's go raid Sam. We like Classic Sam. Classic Sam's one of our favorite people. Classic Sam is just chatting and chilling out, and we are going to go and raid them. There we go. Boom. Start the raid. All right, guys. Thanks so much, and we will catch you next time. In the meantime, however, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying.